Rightio, Campbell's Comments New Zealand show back by popular demand for another week. Cam Bray, you're back too, mate. Don't know how that happened.
Well, that's clearly in correlation with the ratings going through the roof, I would have thought, Paul, but, yours, please.
Is there any truth in the rumour that you actually do your own radio show now?
No. There's no rumour. There's no truth. There's no rumour. There's no nothing, I don't think, is there?
I thought I was putting you up the pedestal a fair way. I thought, I was letting you grow the multimedia megastar that you're going to be.
No, I comment on a few different things from time to time. Had a pretty good run, actually, if you want to bring that up. SENZ, the parent, or the sister company to SEN in Australia, I do a bit of a harness racing brief for them at 6:30 on a Friday night, just what's going on with racing over the week, and had a pretty good run the last couple of weeks, just tipping them a few winners. True
story, Cam. Did one show with SEN, never been asked back. It's a bad sign, isn't it?
I heard that show. Was this the quiz with your brother?
No. Oh no! Well, no. I actually was in.
You did that, and I can see why you were never asked back. To be fair,
stupid quiz. It was a stupid quiz anyway, so we won't go there. Rightio, heaps going on in New Zealand. Firstly, we might just cap off on a couple of great little highlights last night. I'm going to try and catch up with both of the ladies. We might catch up with Sheree Tompkinson first. 200
Tomlinson.
I knew that. I wrote it the right way too, so I didn't say it wrong. Driving her 200th winner last night, and the smile on her face on the picture that I've got there says it all, mate.
Yeah, she looks pretty chuffed with herself. No, it's congratulations to her. I'm surprised, actually, that it's only 200, but there'll be plenty more in the bank there.
One thing, we find it hard here in Australia because lots of juniors, drive 500s and the likes. Over here, we race so much more. It's ridiculous.
You're pretty much every day of the week in your state.
Yeah, well, you guys don't race anywhere near. That was it, Colin DeFilippi, I think. No, Ricky May, 3,000 winners, wasn't it? Just recently. So yeah,
just recently, I think. Yeah,
no. Chris
and to be fair, they got to travel the length and breadth. Well, not that it's a very wide country, but it's a hell of a long country when you start going from one end to the other. If they want to really make a go of it, they'll clock up some air points.
Yeah, definitely. Like as I said, Chris Alford, I think he's driven over. Well, he's driven over 7,000. So, and you compare Ricky and Chris, they're pretty on a similar path, and the likes. Like as far as how they're held in the industry, it's a big difference. Then you go to look at the Americans. Like, I don't know, they're just ridiculous. They drive. I think it was Andy McCarthy or one of them drove 3,000 winners the other day. So yeah.
Yeah, they what they get up to is just unbelievable, don't they? They can drive in some 30-something races a day with a private jet involved and flying from one place to the other. It's all go up there.
No, it definitely is. And then the other great little story was Sam Otterly bringing up her 600th winner, and I'm going to reach out to Sam and have a chat to her. I did have a chat with her last year, but that's a great achievement as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and she only got there by a nose. Which was cool too, because I think So she had a good night, and she again, it's surprising when you see the actual figures, 600th winner, because I could have swore she'd driven a hell of a lot more than that. She's a very, very good driver, and congratulations to both of them.
Yep, big effort, and that's. I mean, this show the next few days is within. Today, and I might even get one in over the weekend. We'll just see, but is to promote people so they're aware that the weanling sale is on. For a lot of the sellers and that over there, I do a little bit with vast majority of them. Woodlands, I clearly do a lot for, but we want to do that. But going forward, I want to be able to catch up again with a lot of the participants and spread the word of what they are achieving out there. So yeah. So in case you're wondering, Cam, it's a little bit cold over here, mate. It's beanie weather. The caps are gone. The beanies are out.
Well, just when you're the shock of when you took the beanie off, I can see why you need one on.
Mate, honestly, right at the present, you don't want to throw rocks. There's a light above your head that is not helping your font one bit. I can tell.
I need to work on the lighting here in the studio. Yeah.
Right.
Turn it off probably is the easiest option.
Yeah, very good. Weanling sale for NZB.
Yeah.
Fast approaching. It's a week away. It is a week away. 6
Week
days.
tomorrow, yeah. Week tomorrow, we get the hammer out. Yeah. So no, it's all goes, all steam ahead. I think there's a number of Australians coming over, and I get up there on Monday, I think it is. So yeah, no, it's a good catalogue, and probably it deserves the attention it's getting. There's 110 lots, which probably in the grand scheme of things isn't a great number. But it's a number of when we talk on an Australasian scale. It's not a huge number, and it's essential for a number of people's businesses here in New Zealand and there in Australia too. Pinhooking, it's probably their best chance to get a nice pinhookable horse, and for a lot of people, it's their way of getting into the market. Full stop.
Oh yeah, and it's a great way to get into the market. And I know a couple of the Aussies, they chanced their arm last year at pinhooking and bringing them back into the Nutrien sale. Nutrien don't have a beanie. They live mostly over in North Queensland, New South Wales. They don't have beanies. They don't believe in them. They don't have trucker caps. No good for me, Cam, I can tell you. But being able to do that, so it gives a different option. Also going back to the NZB sale, leaving the horses. So the Australians can leave them there with New Zealanders and put them back through your NZB sale in February. So especially this sale being pushed with the sale being... Sorry?
There's a number of Australians actually do that currently.
Yeah.
And another thing for a lot of people, which they may not realise, is that all weanlings are eligible for the Harness Million too. So it's a nice way of getting into the Harness Million, probably at a reduced spend. You don't have to pay as much for the actual horse, and you still get all the fruits of a $100,000 plus yearling purchase. You know.
Yep. Yeah. So it's very, very important. As I said, we're going to ramp it up. I'll definitely catch up with Hughesy again, possibly before, and I might try and do something Sunday night, Sunday evening, or something like that, just to promote what is going on. He's going to be over there. I know that. Mark Hughes, he's another one that's heading across, so there's going to be a large contingent of Aussies across there, which can only be good for New Zealand harness racing, I would imagine, to see Aussies coming across, hopefully either buying, but even just being able to, I suppose, associate.
Yeah, well, it's been probably, although the sale last year, we did have a wee bit of, we had a couple of Australians come over, but this is probably the first big sale where it's been sort of widely open, where any man and their dog can just get on a plane and come over, which is really good for these sales, because at the end of the day, we are only probably from the eastern seaboard of Australia, 3 hours at most from any destination. So look, some guys will fly further than that interstate for things, which is the most bizarre thing. We just got to cross a bit of water.
They drive further every week just to Mildura trots, so it's a
Correct.
very, very funny thing, that part. So yeah, down to 110 lots, did you say? Because it was at 114. I know Woodlands, I think, have had 3.
There's 114. There's been a few withdrawals, so that's just with the withdrawals out. Yeah, there's still 110 odd horses here, good horses, good pedigrees. I've seen most of them. So if anyone isn't coming, that is watching and wants some recommendations, feel free to give me a call. And look, there's going to be a number of us on the grounds. As I say, the horses arrive Tuesday morning, ready for inspection Tuesday afternoon, which yourself and myself will be there on the ground. So if anyone needs some contact, get in touch with Paul. Paul can get in touch with me or anyone else. I think there's a few of the Nutrien guys are coming over, Mark Barton and that are coming over. So, yeah, we can give recommendations or notes to anyone, anywhere,
yep,
anytime.
And also the online, the yearling parades. Woodlands normally do theirs through the iPhones and that, so you are able to watch them. With my association with Woodlands, I might be able to put a camera on them and even change it up a little bit, but I haven't spoke officially to Stacey, but make sure you keep on top of those. But there'll be plenty of photos and that going out. I know all Woodlands photos went out 2 days ago.
Yeah,
anyway, they're all up anyway.
I'm pretty sure all the photos, other than the odd smaller vendor, the other two small vendors, but all the big drafts are up.
Yeah, Alabar had theirs out about a week ago, didn't they? They were right on the front foot. They did a very, very good job. Their online bidding, though, and registration is open for that now too, Cam, and that's something that we want to get across very importantly.
Yeah, you can just head through to the NZB website and register to buy. The online bidding platform is just part and parcel of everyday business now. We talk about it like it's new, and it is, to be fair. It's 2 years old now, but it is basically going to be part of bloodstock auctions going forward, is the online element. It's here to stay. Yep,
COVID, I think, sped that process up, didn't it? It was always going to happen, but COVID just made it...
We had to do one or two things. We had to go full digital, which renders people like me useless, and probably if I couldn't be an auctioneer, I don't know what it'd actually be good for, to be fair. So it has future-proofed us a little bit.
Hey?
Yeah, a barber, shit, yeah. But really, it has future-proofed probably physical auctions a wee bit, because it could have gone the other way and really probably put the final nail in the coffin, to be fair. So it's a great innovation by the companies, and it's proven time and time again that it works very, very well. It's sound. As I say, these people on the ground you can get the notes from, and then you can sit behind your computer screen and go nuts.
And even the Kiwis, if they want to, they can go and inspect them Wednesday. Don't have to be there Thursday if they've got commitments. They can get there Wednesday, have a good look, and then they can still bid. Whereas in the days gone by, they had to commit to the 2 days, so it probably makes it a bit easier for them.
We even found guys last year that went and did their notes, and then because the hype of auctions, which is alarming, the hype of auctions, they get excited, so they go and sit in the dunnies and bid on it from their iPad, so they can just sort of one step removed from it.
I didn't know about the dunnies. I knew in the cafe. I knew there was a couple of guys doing it out in the cafe with the Woodlands sales last year. But yeah, so
it's all happening.
Something very different. Right, online catalogues, online sales. I've got plenty of them, Cam. You forgot you even gave me these ones. But Gavel House, mate. Got to make sure I put it the right way. The one sale last week went pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it did. It's always a tricky one when you get these big catalogues with a lot of weanlings, particularly. I think percentage-wise it wasn't great. We got a few done afterwards. We may see some of those passed in lots possibly come back through for the next sale, just because we've sort of got a bit of a gauge of the market. They'll have another wee chance. It was good. It was good. It's we always find leading into actual physical sales, you always get a bit of a push, because people sort of want to try and get ahead of the physical auction. But we have our next auction closes tonight at 10. The entries close tonight at 10 o'clock New Zealand time, and then they go live then from tomorrow at 5 p.m. NZ time. So just give us just under a day to do a few checks and make sure everything's tickety-boo, and then goes live. Currently, there's not a great deal there, but we will see some more coming throughout the day.
It all fluctuates a little bit, doesn't it? But it's another platform that was always there, but it's grown a lot more now out of necessity, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, to be fair, New Zealand Bloodstock purchased Gavel House, which I think was actually an Australian company originally, and it actually sort of, previous to all these different things, it was sort of ahead of its time almost in a lot of cases for thoroughbred sales, and we ended up purchasing it, made a few changes to it, and got it going, and to be fair, it was where we probably are now for standardbreds, where it was more seen as almost a dispersal type setup. And now you look at gavelhouse.com, like English Digital and Magic Millions online, they are actually legitimate sales now, where we're actually selling $1 million horses. English online is actually just quite unbelievable what goes on there twice a month, the amount of money that's traded. And it's actually it's not a necessity. It's really good for racing too, because we're getting horses that we're selling on, like we sold horses last week on Wednesday night that are nominated for racing on Friday.
Yep.
So it just keeps these race horses moving, you know what I mean? Where I think in some cases they'll either be paddock, put out, or done whatever with. At least now someone who knows more than you or I, and you'll always find that, other than probably you, Paul, there's always someone out there that knows more. They'll have a crack, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely, you're a smart ass. I can say that. I don't even have to worry about the blip button. I was listening to Gareth Hall yesterday here over at 927, our local radio station, and I can't think of the trainer's name, but he moved to Albury, was a Melbourne trainer, and must be another sale. There's sales all the time now in the thoroughbreds, I think, in the Magic Millions. And Gareth just said to him, you're going to the sales? And he goes, no. He said, at my budget, the sales come to me. He said, there's online sales. So he's a young trainer trying to have a crack, and all the rest. And he was initially being a bit cheeky, but he was actually being essentially smart. He knows where he can target. He knows his owners. If he rings up and says, there's one here, he can tell them. They can go online and look at it. And they say, yep, have a crack at it and go from there. They don't have to upload, go up to Magic Million, go to Gold Coast or Sydney, or pack up and go to Melbourne. They can go there. So they're an exciting platform, and hopefully we can get some more of them in harness racing. There's none in Victoria or Australia at the minute that are consistently. Winter Woolies, for nutrient is on, and they are quarterly at the minute. They are doing those, but predominantly at the minute looked at as broodmare and weanling turnover.
Well, I came from a quarterly physical auction. Well, it wasn't really. It was yearling sale and winter sale. Basically, is how we used to run things, which was good. But what it did do is there's a number of people out there. Like, to put it this way, anyone can sell a racehorse for good money, or a good 2-year-old or trialled horse, because it's out and exposed and everyone's talking about it and everyone wants to buy it. But if you've got a horse who's met his mark or just looking to move one on or whatever, you're just not getting on with the horse. That's where we see benefit in it as Gavel House, albeit that it's used for everything, weanlings, every broodmares, the whole 9 yards. And to be fair, we get quite a few broodmares. We get a lot of inquiry to sell broodmares, and it's just really difficult because that market's just so depressed at the moment. But for racehorses, it's a wonderful, wonderful tool because every fortnight, now we've got the electronic ownership here in New Zealand. So basically, you can buy today, have it in your colours by bloody, the weekend, and be racing it.
Yep. No, that is a great point. As I said, they don't happen here. I do, as I said, we're at Other Hat Nutrient. They actually have their winter woolies on at the minute, and for the Kiwis, I think there was something like 15 Betters to Light mares
right
in the sale. Durham Park, who were one of the leading breeders last year, are having a massive dispersal sale. I think they've got 15 mares in that sale there. So make sure you check that out. Go to nutrient.com.au. Nutrient Standardbred. No, nutrientequine.com.au. I've got it now. nutrientequine.com.au, and then go to the Winter Woolies online sale and you'll be able to see all those. And it was a bit remiss of me. We must have said that with the NZB Standardbred .co.nz. That's right. Is the other one, and then Gavel House. Gavel House are terrific. They actually look after me. It's gavelhouse.com because it's on the back of their beanies. I really
Gavel House is quite easy. You just got to remember to go to the right one because I get a number of people ringing. Oh, I bloody logged in and I can't get in. It's bloody hopeless. Well, it's
and don't register as a South African or you'll be in all sorts of trouble. So
that's the trouble because we might have to be fair, we've made things a wee bit easier. We've removed the South African part of it because they don't happen all the time. It causes problems because you'd end up with people that have registered for the thoroughbred site that want to sell on the standardbred site and bits and pieces, vice versa. So, no, that's there, and it's a very legitimate way of buying a nice horse.
Haras, the Trotteurs and Yabby Farms, Cam was one of the other sponsors. They actually featured very heavily in the Harness Breeders online awards the other day that they gave to me with both Love You and Use to Me, and I know there's going to be some exciting announcements coming up very, very shortly. They're going to really ramp up the advertising of their stallions, and there's some great incentives both for Australians and New Zealanders going forward. So, but Love You, the domination that he is having on the breeding, especially with the Trotters, is just enormous, isn't it?
Oh, it's outstanding, and it's much the same as probably the Muscle Hill effect in as well. There's these stallions that probably for whatever reason don't have the highest fertility or the ability to get the big numbers.
Yep,
are actually standing up, head and shoulders above. Doing a fantastic job.
One of the great things on that sale the other day, presentation the other day, Love You actually won, but he beat a horse called King Van Avenger, which I'm not sure you guys. It was trained by Brent Lilly, so there'd be probably
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Anyway, he was second in the 2-year-old Trotters section. So a son of Love You. He actually you can't collect him. He manually serves like he's quite. But yeah, he ran second, and it was a good one because Nyota Bloodstock, who are no longer in the breeding industry, unfortunately, Ken Wills passed away, and so they aren't in it. But they actually ran second and third with 2 horses, and they're only a small stud, so it was a really good story. So it was an interesting.
The tone about Love You, he'll have impact from years to come, much the same as Marshall Hill. We haven't had him here for the last couple of weeks. I think you can, but it's sort of 35 odd plus thousand. But like he'll have a massive impact just with his daughters probably going forward now. People will chase them, but like Muscle Hill mares, they chase them. They're like pieces of gold now. Yeah,
well, we were talking last week about Queen Alida, and then also Tough Tussle. So Tough Love. Sorry, not Tough Tussle. She's out of Tough Tussle. But the job that they're doing. So, all right, mate. Anything else?
No, I'm pretty good.
You right?
You know me, I'm a shy, sort of quite reserved sort of fella.
We could do a breakfast radio live show, you and I. We should try and do that one day. I wonder what the ratings would be like, how many people would turn their Facebook pages on to watch you and I for brekkie.
shift the dial. Well, from what you told me, what you had for breakfast is unbelievable, to be fair.
Well, it took a while to eat the bacon and eggs with the mushrooms and the hollandaise sauce.
Well, you told me it was Special K. You're a big Special K man.
Must make sure that James is, looks after my breakfast account too when I'm coming over. I'll have to word him up for that one.
You ever heard of rolled oats?
It's actually one of the few things I eat for breakfast. I can't eat for breakfast, but that's all right. Cam Bray, thank you very much. We may be back before I get across to New Zealand. I'll have a think about Sunday. We might be able to. I'll reach out whether we do a little bit more of a preview going forward. But mate, thanks for joining me.
Next week we're on location too, aren't we?
We will be live on Loose Lines, and the New Zealand show will be incorporated on a Wednesday night, and because we won't be going Thursday, because you won't be able to talk Thursday night. It'll be the most peaceful dinner going afterwards, so that'll be fine. So, but yeah, we will do it live from the complex, potentially
live from the auction ring.
Live from the auction room, all going well. We just got to run that one past James.
No, we'll make it happen.
We'll won't worry about James. We won't even tell him.
Well, we need his keys. That's the only way. We will need the keys to get in.
We might even get James on.
Why not?
See if he can do the Hallelujah. He might be able to do the Hallelujah. He may not. Hey?
Yeah, no, I'll let you ask him.
You got nothing, have you? All right, mate. Thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next week. If I don't talk to you, if we don't do something Sunday, stay tuned to Campbell's coming through all the updates on the weanling sales as well. Thanks very much, Cam Bray.
Hey, no, and you wanted it picked up from the airport, and what did you say? You wanted the chai decaf latte.
That's the one. Goodbye.
Yeah. See ya.